Start at standing at the front of your mat, bringing your feet hip distance apart or maybe a little closer, the big toes touching. Bringing your hands to heart center, pausing here, just feeling your feet on the mat, making sure that your weight is in all four corners of the feet, the fronts, the backs, and the sides. And bring your awareness up your legs into your pelvis and just noticing if you're sticking your bum out or maybe tucking your tailbone in. Try to find a nice neutral pelvis where there's very little effort, but you feel a mild engagement of the low abs. And working your way up the spine to your shoulders, your upper spine, and just relaxing the shoulders down away from your ears. Allowing the neck to be in the same line as the spine, gazing forward. Now bring your awareness to your breath, allowing the breath to be deep and full, filling up your lungs, your belly. And trying to keep this same alignment every time we come to this pose, Tadasana, mountain pose. And being mindful of your breath throughout the practice, making sure that the breath remains deep and full. And on your next inhale, release the hands down by your sides, turning the palms to face forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Create some space between the torso. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, palms come together and down to heart center. One more time. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, reaching up. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Inhale this time, sweeping the arms up, keeping that length. Pull your belly button toward your spine, and on your exhale, fold forward, swan dive forward. Putting a bend in the knees, resting the chest on the upper thighs, releasing the crown of the head down toward the earth. You can stay here with the knees really bent, or you can start to straighten the legs, just as long as you're not locking out the legs and then having a huge hunch through the upper back. Just be mindful of that. You can always keep that bend in the legs. You're still going to get a stretch through the back of the legs and the glutes. Good. Inhale your heart forward, extending out through the crown of the head, bringing your hands to your shins, gazing slightly forward, but keeping the neck in line with the spine. Exhale, fold. Root down through your feet. Sweep your arms out and up. And exhale, palms come down to heart center. Doing that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Belly button working toward the spine. Putting a bend in the knees. Inhale, reaching the heart forward. Hands come to your shins. Exhale, fold. Root down through the feet. Sweep the arms out and up. And now we'll exhale, your hands come down to heart center. Now we'll put all of that together and come into a full Sun Salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back, planting the hands. Left foot comes back, coming into plank pose or top of a push-up. If this feels like too much, you can always bring the knees down to the earth. Isometrically pull the hands and the feet toward each other to really engage through the abs. Exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pause here. Knees can be very bent. Work those hips up toward the ceiling. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step the right foot forward, left foot forward. Exhale, fold here. Inhale, root down through the feet. Sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, palms come down to heart center. Adding on. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, right foot back, plank pose. And on your exhale, bend the elbows, hugging the elbows in as you lower the torso and the belly all the way down. Tops of the feet come down. Press into the tops of the feet. Press into the palms. Lift your chest up, baby cobra, keeping the elbows very bent. Hug those elbows in. Soften the shoulders down away from your ears. Exhale, lower down. curl the toes under, press into your toes, and either press up to plank or tabletop, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step the left foot forward, right foot forward, exhale, folding here. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, and exhale, palms come down to heart center. One more of those. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Step the feet back, plank pose. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Tops of the feet come down. Inhale, press into your hands, lift up, baby cobra or cobra pose. Watch those shoulders. Soften them down away from the ears. Exhale, lower down. Curl the toes under. Press up through plank or tabletop to downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg up behind you. Exhale, bend the knee toward your nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Keep your back heel up. You can always bring the back knee down and come into a modified lunge. Inhale, your arms up, chest up, crescent lunge. Put a bend in that back knee if you feel any pulling on the low back. Exhale, place the hands, step back to plank. Bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale to cobra pose. Exhale, lowering down, curl the toes under. Press up through plank or tabletop to downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg up behind. Exhale, bend your knee toward your nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Option to bring that back knee down. When you're ready, inhale your torso up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, place the hands. Step back to plank. Bend the elbows, lowering down. Inhale to cobra pose. Exhale down. Curl the toes under. Make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step the feet toward the front part of the mat. Exhale, folding here. Put a bend in the knees. Root down through the feet. Sweep the arms out and up on your inhale. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Walk your toes to touch, or maybe just a little bit closer together. Inhale the arms up, bend the knees. Sit back into Utkatasana chair pose. So you're working your tailbone down, low belly in. Soften the shoulder blades onto your back. Exhale, fold forward, straighten through the legs. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Step the feet back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lowering down, curl the toes under. Press up through plank or tabletop to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up behind. Exhale, bend your knee toward your nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Spin your back heel down so that you line up your front heel and your back heel. And then reach the arms up, torso up. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. So your chest is pointing forward. Hips are slightly open. Maybe don't lock out that back knee. Maybe bend a little bit more into your front knee. Exhale, place the hands to frame the front foot. Pop that back heel up. Step back to plank. And then press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Skipping that little cobra to downward facing dog, the little vinyasa. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, bend your knee toward your nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Now, if when you step, you make it to the halfway point of the mat, use your left hand to help guide that left foot. Spin your back heel down. Line up your front heel with your back heel. That back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale your arms up, warrior one. Bending into that front knee. Press the feet into the mat. Exhale, place the hands. Step back to plank. And press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step toward the front part of the mat. Exhale, folding here. Put a bend in the knees if needed. Inhale, bend the knees. Sweep the arms up, torso up. Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Straighten through the legs. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Step the feet back, plank pose. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Upward facing dog, your thighs are just up off of the earth. Exhale, making your way to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up behind. Exhale, bend your knee toward your nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Spin that back heel down. That back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale your torso up, warrior one. Exhale, place the hands. Step back to plank. And then you can either press back to downward facing dog or you can bend the elbows, lowering down. Inhale to cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up behind. Exhale, bend the knee in between the hands. Spin the back heel down. Inhale the torso up, warrior one. Exhale, place the hands to frame the front foot. Pop that back heel up. Step back to plank. Optional vinyasa here, lowering down. Otherwise, go straight to downward facing dog. And pause here in downward facing dog. Maybe bending the knees. Taking a few breaths, evening out the breath, slowing down the heart rate a bit. Relaxing through your head and your neck. And on your inhale, sweep your right leg up behind. Exhale, bend the knee toward your nose, step the foot in between your hands. Spin your back heel down so that the outer edge of that right foot or left foot is parallel to the back side of the mat. Inhale the arms up. So you're lining up the front heel with the back arch. Reach the arms. Right arm is forward, left arm is back. Your chest is open out to the long side of your mat, but your gaze is forward over that front hand. Bending into your front knee. Make sure that the knee is in line with the ankle or slightly behind. Knee is working toward those middle toes. Press the outer edge of that left foot into the earth. Warrior two. One more breath. Good. Turn your front palm to face up. Reach forward, and on your exhale, bring your front hand up and over. Left hand rests on that back leg. Coming into peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Getting a nice stretch through the right rib cage. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, pop that back heel up, frame the front foot, step back to plank. Take that optional vinyasa by lowering down. You can always go straight to downward facing dog. Good, take 2 deep breaths here. Pressing the mat away with your fingertips and the base of your palms and your feet. Inhale the left leg up behind. Exhale, bend your knee toward your nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Spin the back heel down so you're lining up that front heel with the back arch. Inhale, press the torso up, warrior two on the second side. Bending into that left knee, working the outer edge of the right foot into the earth. Soften the shoulders down away from your ears. Turn the front palm to face up, reach forward, and on your exhale, come back up and over for a peaceful warrior. Inhale, bring the torso back to the center. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, pop that back heel up. Step back to plank. Taking that optional vinyasa. And pausing here. One thing to note, when you come from this plank and you bend the elbows to lower down through chaturanga, which is here, and then either cobra or upward dog, just make sure that you're not dipping your shoulders down below. Try to keep everything in line and then lift up. Good, just a little tip there. Good. Inhale your right leg up behind. Exhale, bend your knee toward your nose. Step your foot in between your hands. Now keep that back heel up, and you want to make sure that your feet are as wide as your hips. So that right foot is in line with the right knee, right hip. Hug that outer right hip in. Inhale your torso up, press and lunge. Good, remembering that you can always bring that back knee down if having it up is too much. Sweep the arms forward and back. Interlace the fingers and start to straighten through your elbows. Reach your chest up. Option to stay here. Otherwise, exhale, bring the torso forward so the right rib cage comes along the inside of that right thigh. Humble warrior. Good. Inhale, gently release. Bring the torso up, reach the arms up. Exhale, place the hands. Step back to plank. Taking that optional vinyasa. And take about 2 breaths here in downward facing dog. Reaching the tailbone up. Inhale the left leg up behind. Exhale, bend the knee toward the nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Making sure that the feet are as wide as the hips. Hug that outer left hip in. Inhale the torso up, crescent lunge. You always can stay here. Otherwise, sweep the arms forward. Interlace opposite index finger on top. Start to straighten through the elbows. Reach the chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Left rib cage comes to the inside of that left inner thigh. Humble warrior. Maybe release your head and your neck. Inhale, bring the torso back up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, place the hands. Step back to plank. And then on your exhale, bend the knees. Tops of the feet come down. Bring the toes to touch. And just press your hips back and come into child's pose. Resting the forehead on the mat. You can keep your fingertips extended toward the front part of the mat, or you can reach your arms around, bringing the palms to face up and in line with the feet. I'm just taking one more breath here, allowing the breath to come back down, heart rate to come back down. And on your inhale, gently extend the arms toward the front part of the mat if they're not there already. Lift the gaze. Make your way back to tabletop. Walk the hands back toward the knees, and maybe you rest your hips on top of the heels, or if you have a block or two, you can place them underneath your hips. And just take a few moments to come to your breath. And bringing the hands together in front of your heart, bowing your head toward your hands in gratitude toward this practice. And thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.